What's going on, guys? I'm the Walrus Jedi, and in today's video, I will be reviewing Star Wars Tales from Jabba's Palace, the collection of short stories. It's edited by Kevin J. Anderson, and these short stories take place, around Return of the Jedi, some before, during, and after, and there's a preview right around Return of the Jedi's timeline. Yep, this video, please consider liking and subscribing to more Star Wars videos like this one. Video games can see that, our spoilers for this one. Consider that your warning. And now, let's just get right to the stories. So first up, you have A Boy and His Monster, A Rancor Keeper's Tale by Kevin J. Anderson. And this is the story of how the Rancor Keeper and the Rancor came to Jabba's palace, and its training and raising by Malakili, the Rancor Keeper. And so the Jawas find a ship with a Rancor, sell it to Jabba. Malakili is brought to train the beast. One day he lets it out and it kills Tuskens and their banthas, and then the beast dies like in the movie, and Malakili vows revenge. 2. Taster's Choice. The Tale of Jabba's Chef by Barbara Hambley. Jabba's chef, Porcellus, constantly worries that Jabba will tire of his food and kill him. Events happen. Some people die, and just before Jabba leaves to execute Luke and Han, he imprisons Porcellus for putting a curse on his food. 3. That's Entertainment. Tale of Salacious Crumb by Esther M. Freisner. Salacious Crumb lures an academic named Melvash Bloor, a Cal, to Jabba's palace with an opportunity to interview Jabba himself, but this is all just an elaborate joke to entertain Jabba. And, Bloor feeds the Rancor with his life. 4. A Time to Mourn, A Time to Dance, Ula's Tale by Kathy Tyers. We learn how she came to be Jabba's dancer. And on Ryloth, her homeworld, she was tricked by Bib Fortuna, and thus she was brought to Tatooine as a slave, where she was almost rescued by Luke, but she didn't trust him, and the tale ends when she unfortunately ends up the Rancor's lunch. 5. Let Us Pray, A Whippet's Tale by Martha Fitch and Mark Buds. We follow Jakil, a Whippet bounty hunter, as he tries to enact a plot to eliminate Jabba for Lady Valerian, another Whippet, and Jabba's chief rival on Tatooine. 6. Sleight of Hand, The Tale of Mara Jade by Timothy Zahn. Mara Jade, the Emperor's hand, infiltrates Jabba's palace as a dancer, and she's there to wait for Luke when he gets there to kill him, but this obviously fails. 7. And Then There Were Some, The Gamorrean Guard's Tale by William F. Wu. A Gamorrean guard investigates several deaths at the palace, and these deaths, mysterious deaths. And this Gamorrean guard is particularly dumb because he hauls around 2 dead corpses around wherever he goes. Yeah, he's special. 8. Enfant Mon's Tale by Kenneth C. Flint. A Shevan, Enfant Mon, an old friend of Jabba's. We get to see his point of view of the events of Return of the Jedi, and we learn about Chevans, a little bit about them. 9. Goatgrass, The Tale of Rees by Deborah Wheeler. We follow the Gran Rees as he tries, a plot against Jabba, but he dies when the sail barge blows up. We also learn a little bit about Grans, get a little bit of background on them. 10. And the Band Played On, The Band's Tale by John Gregory Betancourt. We find out how the Max Rebo Band got to Tatooine and ended up playing for Jabba the Hutt, and what happened to them during the sail barge event that they survived. 11. Of the Day's Annoyances, Bib Fortuna's Tale by M. Shane Bell. Bib Fortuna's perspective of this, we find out he was planning a coup against Jabba, but he ends up getting his brain put in a jar by the Bomar monks. That whole thing, that reminds me of the Cybermen from Doctor Who.
We are the Cybermen.
And he's not the only character that has his brain put in a jar. 12. The Great God Quay. The Tale of Barada and the Weekways by George Alec Effingar. Sure. Barada, the Clatunian, fixes up the sail barge, and the Weekways consult their god Quay via a white orb, also called a Quay. They're looking for a bomb, and they all die on the sail barge. Basically, the Quay, it functions like an 8-ball. So basically, they consult basically a magic 8-ball for. They revere a magic 8-ball. This obviously reminded me of that episode of SpongeBob where they get the magic conch shell. And
all right, Magic Conch, what do we do now?
Nothing.
All hail the Magic Conch!
13. A Bad Feeling, the Tale of EV-9D9 by Judith and Garfield Reeves Stevens. EV-9D9 likes to torture droids and gets her comeuppance as some of her droids that she's tortured torture her and eliminate her. So 14. A Free Quarren in the Palace. Tessik's Tale by Dave Wolverton. Tessik, a Quarren who has a plot against Jabba, like most of the characters in this book. He is unsuccessful, and he survives the sail barge and goes back to the palace where the Bomar monks take out his brain and put it in a jar, just like Bib Fortuna. 15. Tongue-Tied, Bubo's Tale by Daryl F. Mallet. Bubo the Frog Dog gets his brain put in a jar by the Bomar monks. That's basically what happens. 16. Out of the Closet, The Assassin's Tale by Jennifer Roberson. Anzat of the Anzati kills several of Jabba's cohorts in the hopes to scare Jabba as he wants to kill Jabba. I'm pretty sure this is the same character that's in the Mos Eisley Cantina, the guy smoking the pipe. So, yeah. 17. Shara and the Sarlacc. The Skiffguard's Tale by Daniel Deriri Oaks. A Skiffguard tells Boba Fett of his sister's run-in with the Sarlacc on their way to the Sarlacc pit for Luke and Han's execution. 18. A Barv Like That, Boba Fett's Tale by J.D. Montgomery. This tells the tale of how Boba Fett got out of the Sarlacc pit. And 19. Skin Deep, The Fat Dancer's Tale by A.C. Crispin. Yarna the Askajian's story of how she left the palace with the aid of a guard, got attacked by a crate dragon on the way to Mos Eisley, which the guard ended up killing, and how they got her cubs free, and they bought a ship and left Tatooine. And then there is like a basically, where are they now? With so you find out that Yarna and the guard they run a business together, and you find out some of the other the Max Rebo band. They survived. And they became a duo, Max and Cy Snoodles. They broke up. Cy Snoodles is basically a nobody. And Max Rebo, he joined the rebellion for a while. And then, once the rebellion was over, he opened a bunch of restaurants. Jakil, he got a bounty put on him by Lady Valerian. So to escape that, he went and had his brain put in a jar to escape that. Bib Fortuna, he learns how to, function as a brain in the jar. He works the spider walkers, and he checks his accounts and finds out that he's rich, and he basically plans to escape and have a body cloned for him so he can have a body again. And there's some other ones, but those are the Anzat. He basically goes crazy and is now one of the most wanted people. Let's see, what I liked. Well, there's quite a bit I liked. First and foremost, I think my favorite story is probably the Boba Fett story. I thought that was a really good story, but the Rancor Keepers story I thought was a pretty good one. Bib Fortuna's was really interesting. You know, the Barada and Weequay one, it's not the best, but I thought it was the funniest. You know, Magic 8 Ball, telling him what to do and whatever. So yeah, and I liked the Fat Dancer's tale. I thought that was actually a really good one as well. That was very interesting. And again, just like the Mos Eisley Cantina Tales book, we learn a lot about, well, not a lot, but we learn a little bit about each of these different alien species a little bit through these stories, which I like. That's one of the best things about this, is we get it's a little spotlight on this background character, which is the best thing about these tales. But it's also can be the worst. So what I didn't like, well, there's a few, like the Bubo's tale, the frog dog, like that one was like 5 pages long. That one wasn't that interesting. I would have cut that one. And the Mara Jade story, to me, I could be wrong, but I don't feel like it really does anything. Like, it really has no point. Like, we didn't need to know that Mara Jade was very briefly a dancer for Jabba the Hutt, trying to kill Luke. Like, honestly, it wasn't that interesting of a story. It's one of the weakest stories. I would have cut that one. And another one, Shara and the Sarlacc, the Skiff-Guard's tale. Like, be honest, that one was kind of lame. I would have cut that one. At least all of the other ones are better. Yeah. Overall, I really enjoyed this collection of short stories. Pretty cool, I've got 2 more left. I've got Tales from the New Republic and Tales from the Empire. So I look forward to those. Yeah. What did you think of this collection of short stories? And yeah, which one's your favorite? Which one's your least favorite? You can let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And until next time, thanks very much for watching.